I'm curious, why are people so fascinated with cold cases? I mean, we see it here. We put one on, and it's like we had huge hits for any kind of story about that. What is it, our fascination with this?
Gosh, I love it. Well, I
Yeah.
personally, I'm a big, I'm the person that will watch the serial killer documentary before bed. I'm good with that.
Me too.
Just, I think mysteries just from the beginning.
Yeah.
Donna's
Just
a no.
not even cold case, just like detectives. Remember Angela Lansbury and, all those like people that were just like sleuths, just trying to figure stuff
Yeah.
out. It was
Yeah.
always
I like the
fascinating.
cold cases also bring a sense of longing, a sense of loss, and not only for the people who've been victimized, but also for the detectives themselves. There was a story we heard from one of our technical advisors about opening up one of these books and having a note inside that said, if you ever find out who did this, call me. From the person who had worked this case for a decade
Yeah.
and retired with this case open. They wanted it closed. And that desire, that longing, I also think there's a sense in cold cases specifically that it is about justice, but it's about closure.
Yeah.
Closure.
It's about
Right.
the family finally figuring out what happened to their loved one.
Because it feels unfinished.
Yeah.
I like justice personally. I think
Yeah.
justice is
I'm for
awesome,
justice.
right?
Yeah.
Justice.
Good.
Any kind of a cold case that was maybe related to a friend or somebody you knew or not?
I've had them. I've had them several that
Oh.
we don't know what happened, and or we do, but it just was never brought. The person was never brought to justice, and so that's a real. I'll tell you, that's not fun. Not fun. And I can't imagine if it's my living to get answers, right? I was just a person who loved someone and something happened to them, and we were never able to figure it out. But if it's my job, if it is like, what I'm supposed to do and bring to these families and justice and to the public, I can't imagine that pressure. I really can't.
Yeah.
So, did you read the books? Were you familiar with all of this, or do you know?
I mean, I have since, but
Yeah.
not until this was brought. Yeah.
Yeah, I dived into the books right when I got the audition. I was like, okay, well, this is my chance to read some new books. And Michael Connolly just has such a way with creating a world that I felt like I was in it. Like it's such a wonderful storyteller, man.
I called my brother when I got the offer for this, and he was like, I've read every Michael Connolly book.
I got more
Every single one.
when they announced my involvement in the show. I got more texts from more people in my life than any project I've ever done ever in 25 years.
And it was also like, what are you going to play? What character? It's Tom LaFont. That's not in the books.
Who's that?
Oh,
Characters in the books.
I love your
I was
brother.
like, really? I should read one of these. So I read the Lynch show, and it was amazing. It was incredible.
Yeah.
well, how much action do you guys get? Is there a lot?
Like on screen?
If you got Maggie in there, you
I don't know.
got-
Action is a word that has a lot of
Yeah,
connotation.
We're looking
Talking
at
about
It's the characters.
What's that?
Do you get to do a lot of action scenes or not?
In this series, mostly my action is bringing donuts, but I have done a lot of.
When it's a dozen, it's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
So,
But also, I have done my share of action in the past. I really enjoy doing what I can do. The older one gets, the less one feels like you think to yourself, "Wow, that's
That
pretty
really
hot."
makes me
Yeah.
All my action was in Fargo, isn't that what you said?
Well, I mostly ate during that movie.
Right. Donuts a bit there too. But
Yeah.
Maggie, did they say to you, how much do we have to have or how much do we want? Is there a limit to this, or do you say, you know what? No.
I haven't said no yet. I should. Probably a good one. What I like about the action in this series, it's very organic to cop work. It's not outside the realm. It's not fantastical. It's not, it's not a Marvel franchise, right? It hurts. It's grounded in the storytelling. And so all of the action moves the story forward, which is very important because I've been in things where action was very gratuitous and it was bane of my existence. But this stuff, we have such a great stunt coordinator, action director. He's so wonderful. He's so easy to work with. And he really made it, as painful as it was, he made it as least painful as possible.
Well, you're familiar with, you know how to do this. I talked with Rebel Wilson yesterday,
Uh,
and she has action in her newest film. And
okay.
every day I thought something was going to go wrong. And
Yeah.
then the last day of filming, she got
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought it was the last day. But, do you think about those things when you're,
I mean, I got hurt. I mean, I had a
Did get hurt.
broken finger or what was it? Yeah, the outside. I broke two here. And I mean, it's just been healed maybe like for 4
Really?
weeks. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the kind of stuff where, Stuntman and I went into the air, and then when we hit the ground, my hand was under him and it shouldn't have been there. I should have pulled it out quicker. So, it's just stuff that you can't avoid, but it's very like it's when you're in it and you're doing it and the adrenaline's there, right? Especially with the scene that we were filming where I did get hurt.
Mm.
It's very violent, and it's supposed to be real life violence that somebody would experience if this thing was happening to them in that moment. And so that you really can't hold back on that stuff, because the audience will know it's not going to feel real to them. And so that's kind of the sacrifice you have to make, because I come from film, and I give film effort even in TV, and I think that's probably my downfall.
no.
No, truly, because it wears you out in a way that you don't expect.
Not your
Yeah.
downfall.
That's your
What
downfall.
makes it better?
Giving your strength.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Doing that, but next time, reach for the donut.
I'm just gonna have the donut around the hand.
If you had a donut in your hand while you're being strangled,
Yeah.
I think your hands would be safe.
I think you're gonna make it.
LaFont's got it figured out.
Yeah.
Should have just listened to him. He is my senior. So
But here's the
I-
good thing. Like in the one scene I'm running, I actually did pull a hamstring. So
There you go.
we didn't even have to spritz you. You were sweating.
No, I was sweating.
And so was I. Because they usually come in between takes. We were
No, I'm good.
sweating. We were sweating like
Yeah.
crazy. It was the summer, so we were good. We looked
Keep
tired.
it up. Keep it up. Hey, thank you guys so much, and great.
Thank
good.
you.
Thank
Very
you.
fun.
Okay.
Thank you.